Are you thinking of buying a GoPro Hero 11 but would want to watch more real-life examples? Then stay tuned in this video because I tested this GoPro Hero 11 in our recent trip and tested the stabilization, the lenses, and the horizon lock. But before we continue, hi, my name is Nico. I create videos about camera gear, audio equipment, and desk setups. I am in no way a professional videographer or photographer. I used to professionally edit at a podcast company, but all the opinions in this channel are from the perspective of an everyday tech dad. Now, back to the video. Now, in my previous video, I told you that I bought the GoPro Hero 11 and I said the reasons why I went with this one instead of the DJI Osmo Action 3. If you haven't watched that, link is in the description below. Now, for this video, I will show you some real life or real world tests that I did with this in our recent vacation with my family. Now, the first thing that I want to show you is the field of view, or what they call the digital lenses here in the GoPro. So here it is. All right, so we are in El Jardín right now, and I'm going to test the GoPro here. Try to use all modes, all types of stabilization, so you can see what you get out of this camera. All right, so I think I don't know if it was blurred or because of the moisture coming from an air-conditioned room. Yeah, just going to Joyce and the kids. Right now I am in 5.3K, 30 frames per second, linear mode with horizon lock. So yeah, so even though I turn this around, see, it's upside down, horizon still stays level. See? So you can see my arm. Alright, so this is hyper view. If you're just vlogging, I don't recommend that you use this. Probably this is better for, you know, really action sports, biking, skiing, things like that, because it's really wide, and if you go to the side, you'll get a little bit distorted already. So you need to stay in the middle, stay in the center of the frame. But yeah, if you really need a wide angle, then this is for you, hyper view. Now let's switch to the next lens. Now we are in super view, still very wide, but less than the hyper view. Yeah, I think this is better if you need a really wide angle for vlogging. So yeah, this is super view. Now this is the wide view. So we went from hyper view to super view to wide view. So again, I think this is pretty wide enough for vlogging, for action sports, especially if you want to showcase where you are. I think the hyper view and the super view will be better than this wide view lens here in the GoPro Hero 11. And now this is the linear view. Now if you want to eliminate all sorts of like fisheye effect, then this is what you will use. So for vlogging, it's still wide enough. Content creation, still wide enough. Probably not for, you know, extreme sports. For regular use, this is still wide enough. Now let's go to the last lens, which is linear with horizon lock. Now for the linear with horizon lock, it's just like linear, but it locks the horizon. So even if I turn my camera around, as you can see, look at my arm, I'm rotating the camera, you're seeing that my horizon is locked. It's like nothing's moving. So that's linear with horizon. Now for reference, the whole time I was testing the views, I was just holding it with a Manfrotto Pixi Mini, as you can see, and my arm is stretched like this, just for reference to know how I was holding the camera this whole time. Now, as you can see, it depends on your use case of this camera, on what type of field of view or lens you will use. Me, I think for my most used cases, I would go with the linear and the wide, as I usually use this to vlog and document trips when we're outdoors, when you don't want to lug around a big mirrorless camera. Just slap it on a magnetic chest mount, or just a small tripod, small setup. I think the super view and the hyper view is too distorted for me. So yeah, for me, I will use the linear and the wide view, but that depends on your use cases. I'm not saying that that's the best field of use for everyone. It's just that for my use cases, that is the one that I will use. Now, one more question that people want to know about is the stabilization of the GoPro Hero 11. Unfortunately, I don't have a GoPro Hero 10 or 9 to compare it. If it's a worthy upgrade, if what you're looking is better stabilization. But here is my stabilization test for the GoPro Hero 11. All right, so now I'm going to test the stabilization in wide mode. This is without stabilization. Now this is with stabilization on. Now this is with the boost in the stabilization. Now this is with auto boost stabilization. Now this is with the horizon lock. Alright, so that is the test for the stabilization. Supposedly, the difference of boost and auto boost is that for the boost mode, it crops in more to have more room for a more stabilized shot. Now for auto boost, I believe, and I watched it in other videos, that the boost or the crop adjusts depending on how shaky your video is. That's why when you saw the video, I tried to slow down and walk and see, but I didn't really notice it adjusting. So I don't know if you need a more drastic change in movement for the auto boost to be really, significant. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna do some more tests, but in this specific test, I didn't see that auto boost feature wherein it adjusts the crop in your shot. Now, one thing I want to show you is how good the horizon lock of the Hero 11 is when you just slap it on your chest, on your head, or probably clip it on your backpack while walking. Because if you're a traveler, if you're a travel vlogger and would want to have a point of view video, like a first person point of view video, this might be something that you would consider. So here it is. I used the Ulanzi GP16, I believe is what they call it. That's these snapping things. I just slapped it on my chest and walked, and here it is. So using the Ulanzi magnet mount. So that is it. I think the horizon lock feature of the Hero 11 is very solid when it comes to, stabilizing footage. It's like you having a gimbal. Of course, it couldn't compensate from, the bob when you're walking, but I think this is perfect for behind the scenes shots or POV shots, For those of you who do street photography and would want to show the settings of your camera, I think that is a great feature to have here on the Hero 11. So that is it for this video. I hope you liked the test that I did. I hope you got something out of it. It helped you make your decision if you want to get a GoPro Hero 11. And if you don't know the reason why I went with this over the DJI Action 3, then I highly encourage you to watch this video. Click here to watch why. Come on, click it, tap it.